If you don't want to binge watch anime and instead want to cuddle in your chair and watch an anime movie with your non-existent girlfriend, then here are 10 new romance anime movies to watch right now. Let's go! Number 10, words bubble up like soda pop.
夕暮れのフライングめく夏ともしかわいい
There are times when anime movies grips you just because of the art style. I decided to watch this show because I liked how it looked. The art style is different and the animation is simple, but they both help tell a story about feeling good about yourself. It's about a girl who judges herself by her appearance and slowly learns that confidence comes from within, not just how you look.
俺チェリーコード早く持ってこいって。行くよ。
Words Bubble Up Like Soda Pop isn't a groundbreaking movie, but it's still fun to watch. It doesn't dive into romance right away. Instead, it starts off showing everyday life and then develops into a love story. It also is one of those stories where friends become more than just friends, with the first part focusing on their friendship and the second part on their romantic feelings. Number 9, My Next Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom movie.
みんなを守る。絶対に。
Did you know My Next Life as a Villainess got a movie? No? Well, don't be surprised because this didn't receive as much popularity as the anime did, but it follows the similar pattern where more male members are added to the reverse harem and Katarina needs to stop for being the final villain of the game. Personally, the first season was a love it or hate it for me, but I felt like the movie executed some elements a lot better.
まずはその唇から奪ってしまいましょうか。
For those who don't know about the anime, My Next Life as a Villainess is about Katarina Claes. As she regains the memories of her past life, she realizes that she has been reborn into the world of a video game that she used to play as the antagonist. Alright, I think you already know where this is heading. She somehow needs to change her fate, and there are a couple of guys who like her, and then there are a rival as well. Number 8, Cud Wafter.
目の前にリキがいます。素敵な 夢なのです。
This anime is based on Cud Wafter, the visual novel which is based on Little Busters, which is an anime, which is based on another visual novel and has tons of alternative anime. Maybe I really should be doing a guide for this anime. The original Little Busters anime follows the usual premise. Some guys have to bunk in the girls' dorm because of the issues in the boys' dorm. And since it's anime, you can guess what kinds of funny mishaps happen.
クド落ち着いて僕だよ。どうしてリキが私と同じベッドに
The main character we follow is Riki Naue, who ends up in a noisy club room and gets rescued by a girl named Naomi. The Cud Wafter movie shows how Riki and Naomi's relationship began. It's sweet, heartwarming, and there's tons and tons of love. Make sure to check it out. Number 7, Love, Be Loved, Leave, Be Left.
じゃあ、俺のこと好きになって。え？ほら、そう言われて好きになれるものじゃないでしょ？
え、あ、だね。
The title feels like a slap in the face, but is the movie a slap in the face? Not really though. Yuna's spring break wasn't great since her best friend Sachan moved away, but things got interesting when she met a guy who looked just like her crush from a manga. Then she became friends with Akari, who's older. They all ended up going to the same high school. Yuna likes Akari's brother Rio, who she met before. Akari likes Yuna's friend Kazumoi. Wait, hold up. What is this? Love Hexagon? This is what happens when writers think love triangles are boring, so let's spice it up a notch.
僕のどこかには連れてけないから、せめて一緒にこの場所に行きたかった。
この場所？
うん、俺のお気に入りの場所。誰か連れてくるの初めてだよ。
Love, Be Loved, Leave, Be Left pretty much says you'll either love this movie or leave this movie halfway through because you couldn't figure out who loves who. But if you want the summary, it's about teenagers trying to deal with problems and secrets to figure out where they stand with each other. Number 6, A Whisker Away.
だよお前。
やっぱ猫じゃないときつい。
This story is about Mio Sasaki, who has a tough home life with a dad lacking confidence and a stepmom who's too involved. Mio falls for a guy named Kento Hinode, but when she can't get his attention as herself, she turns into a white cat called Taru. So the moral of this movie is become a cat so your crush will finally notice you. No, seriously, try it out, it might work.
好きになってこの世界も捨てたもんじゃないと思えた。だから私はあなたの力になりたい。好きって言われたい。
Apart from being a movie to attract cat lovers of all ages, this also has a very wholesome and sweet romance. It tackles the usual mommy and daddy issues, but it does it seriously without making the plot feel too generic. This is directed by Junichi Sato, who has also worked in some old projects like Evangelion, so you know the movie was in good hands. Number 5, Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Cosmos the Movie.
今日はちゃんと笑ってお見送りしようと思ってたのに。
手紙書くよ。メールもする。
Time to go on a good old nostalgia trip with Sailor Moon. But don't worry, the animation looks more modern and cool. This movie focuses on Usagi Tsukino and her boyfriend, Mamoru Chiba. Mamoru suddenly disappears and Usagi can't deal with the shock, so she blocks out the memory. Meanwhile, a group called Shadow Galactica, led by someone named Sailor Galaxia, shows up. Then Sailor Galaxia starts stealing their powers called Sailor Crystals, and Usagi needs to stand up to fight them.
愛するマモちゃんへ素敵な夕焼けのカードをありがとう。へったくそな字。
へったくそな字で悪かったわね。
If you're a Sailor Moon fan, then you'll love this movie. It's the perfect balance of nostalgia, romance, mystery, and action. And since this is a modern movie, you don't have the 10 frames per second animation of the 90s anime. If you want a good Sailor Moon movie, then this is what you should be watching. Number 4, The Tunnel to Summer, The Exit of Goodbyes.
私と手を組まない？
え？
私も欲しいものがあるの。遠野くんにも欲しいものがある。目的が同じなら2人でこのトンネルを攻略した方が何かと都合がいいでしょ？
There's always that one underrated movie you finally decide to watch and blame yourself for not watching it sooner. The Tunnel to Summer, The Exit of Goodbyes is that kind of movie. The name might sound fancy, but it's actually a cool romance flick. Picture this: time travel, drama, and a little romance thrown in. It's all about a tunnel where two teens' lives get mixed up. They make wishes but lose some of their life energy in return, and that's where the adventure starts.
私は遠野くんのいる世界に行きたい。だからあのトンネルが必要なの。ねえ、遠野くん。私にもあなたが見てる世界見せてよ。
This movie isn't just entertaining, it makes you think. It has deep meanings and teaches valuable lessons about life. Plus, the music's awesome and the animation is top-notch. At first, I thought it was done by a popular director, but I was surprised when I found it was done by someone who used to direct Digimon anime. So give this director an Oscar, will ya? Number 3, Alice and Teresi's Illusion Factory.
喋れるんだな、お前。
喋れる？
な、お前って何者なんだ？相模むつみと似てるけど、もしかして双子とかなのか？
As someone who enjoys watching romance anime, I'm really happy to see something fresh in the genre. The story takes place in a world where time is frozen and people can't change anything because it would mess up time. Our main character, Masamune, is just a regular high school student who encounters a girl who looks like a wild wolf. Somehow, their meeting could affect the fate of the whole world.
あ、俺のジャージ似合ってる。
What's cool about this? Well, first off, it's made by MAPPA, so the art and animation is top-notch. Second, it's not just your typical romance story. There's a sci-fi twist to it, which makes it more unique. And third, it's a movie, so you can cozy up on your couch, grab some popcorn, and watch it in one sitting. Your popcorn might taste bad, but this movie won't. Number 2, Rascal Does Not Dream of an Upset Kid.
おめでとう、舞さん。
サクタとこうやって一緒に帰るのも今日で最後か。
世界一可愛い彼女がいる僕に悩みがあると思うか？
It's rare for romance anime to focus on long-distance relationships. And who has a girlfriend about to leave? Our boy Sakuta. Mai is graduating now, and the puberty syndrome strikes again when Sakuta spots a kid version of her. And guess what? We finally get a glimpse of Sakuta and Kaide's parents.
りさん。
おじさん誰？
This might just be the most heart-wrenching movie yet. This series never fails to give you chills and might even make you shed a tear. It came back strong, and without spoiling anything, I have to say it lived up to expectations. The animation, emotions, and intensity were all spot on. The original anime was really good, but I never thought a romance anime could up the production quality and story like this movie did. If you haven't watched it yet, buy a tissue box before watching this movie. Number 1, Josie the Tiger and the Fish.
そうやお前は今日から管理人や。
なんだそれ。
あ、飛行機なんやて。どこにおるんや。どこ。
What's one of the hardest jobs in the world? Taking care of an emotionally unbalanced tsundere with daddy issues. Okay, she might not have daddy issues, but she acts like she's got daddy issues. But our main character decides to take on this task and even tries to win her heart. And guess what? This story doesn't take place in high school, but in university.
しょっぱいね。
Mitsuno Suzukawa, a hard-working guy with big dreams. And then there's Kumiko, a girl who's a bit prickly and loves to throw insults. By chance, Tsuneo ends up becoming Kumiko's caretaker. Josie, the Tiger and the Fish is a romance anime movie that starts off slow, but turns into something really special. Sure, dealing with a tsundere can be frustrating, but deep down, you know they just need a little kindness to start falling for you. This has some of the most wholesome and emotional moments I've ever seen in a romance anime movie, so this gets first place. Come on, give the Oscar!